Hi, my name is Anthony Resinello. I'm a social and relationship coach living here, right here in Los Angeles. I've been doing this for the past 15 plus years. My work has been featured in the New York Times, Fox, Good Day, America, or something like that. See, I'm legitimate. Today, I'm reacting to MatPat and his girlfriend? Wife. I think it's wife. I like going into these reaction videos cold, not knowing a thing, doing zero frickin' research, just kind of being able to teach you any relationship skills, social skills, dating skills that I can extract from the video while knowing absolutely nothing. Sometimes it hurts me, sometimes it helps me, but it will always help you because good social skills are good social skills, however I call them, sirs and madams and others. Let's get in the video. Oh wait, before I do, I want to talk to you about my new free online dating class that you can get the link in the description. I have a full online dating course called Textual Healing. It's real big and meaty and chunky. I have that and it's really great and everybody loves it. But if you just want a little slice of it, just to give you a little taste, yeah, click the link in the description, you can get it. But let's first watch the video. I'll remind you about the course at the end of this video. Let's get started.
We would hang out one-on-one as friends, no big deal. And, you know, spend a good amount of time together, but he never mentioned that he was dating anybody else.
Wow, MatPat getting called out, getting called the F out by his wifey wife. MatPat, damn dude. From what I could hear, it seems like he was not happy in his other relationship and he started spending time with Steph. And it kind of seemed like he was just testing the waters and seeing how this fared. And then if it did play out, kind of end what he had over there. If the relationship you have is not working out, the best way to go about it is to cut off the relationship if it's not working and then meet other people. But hey, life is messy. Things don't work exactly to plan. Sometimes things just happen the way they do. But I never thought of MatPat as the player.
We were just hanging out with him.
Weird.
We were friends and partners on a project.
And we talked about all sorts of stuff. Yeah, and good friends who you never told you had a girlfriend.
Good friends
Come on,
who you
come
never
on.
asked whether I had a girlfriend. You never asked!
That's an interesting question though. Must you mention that you have a girlfriend to any female that you are speaking to at that moment? Like, is that so important? And how far along in an interaction with somebody else must you mention that you are in a relationship? Just even mentioning what I'm saying right now makes me realize, why wouldn't you mention it, right? You're spending a lot of time with somebody that you have a lot of fun with. If you are in a committed relationship, that should come up. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and just say that MatPat was 100% hiding it from Steph in order to build their relationship, build that chemistry, have her come on to him a little bit more. Is it the worst thing in the world? Not really, but that was definitely happening.
My thoughts on romance, I think that the best romance starts as a friendship. I think that's important.
A friendship where you don't share details about any of your
A friendship
relationships with
where
other
if you had
people.
asked me about my relationship status, I would have told you. Not my fault that you missed a really huge question.
Matt is really trying hard to play this off. The truth of the matter is, I could see that the girlfriend's or the wife, Steph, is a little bit miffed about this, and rightfully so, because who's to say that this is not gonna happen again? And so I think maybe that's what's going on in her head. Who knows? I could be wrong about that.
So it was a formal thing. You dressed up for it. Guys were in the ties and the girls were all fancy and everyone's in heels. It's very formal, right? And so he asked if I would go with him, and I was like, okay, like we're gonna go on a date. We're gonna go to this dance. And little did I know that Matthew had not designed it to be a date. He had designed it to be a group date get-together. And he was an RA at the time. So when he showed up to pick me at my dorm room, he had like 8 of his pimply freshman residents with him.
Okay, so after like a minute of just sitting and thinking about it, I'm ready to say what I want to say. I think Matt is an extremely extroverted, friendly person. I think he's always thinking of others and how he can help others, how he can make the room feel good, make the room feel harmony. And perhaps he does that sometimes at the expense of a specific person, and maybe somebody that he cares about, but he's not thinking about that because his focus is on other people in the room as well. I don't think what he did was bad, but he probably should have told Steph what was about to happen in advance rather than just springing it on her out of nowhere. If she thought she was going to go on this romantic date and it was going to be so nice and it was just going to be them looking in each other's eyes the whole night, and it ended up that she was just part of this huge group that Matt put together.
And so the two of us became freshman chaperones for all of Matthew's residents
And they
after
thank
I
you to this
spent
day.
2 hours getting ready.
I actually personally think the more it starts off as friends, the better. Basically what I'm trying to say is if you are interested in somebody and you guys know that you're interested in each other, I actually think it's a good idea to bring them along with what you and your friends are doing that weekend. Have them mingle with you and your friends. Build chemistry with them on that level. Sometimes if you're only spending time with somebody in an isolated dynamic, you don't get a really good outside perspective of how this person interacts with you and how this person is in general. It takes away all of the neediness. It takes away a lot of negative emotions, entitlement for another person. It makes you guys so much more natural to be yourself, and enabling that other person to feel naturally themselves too, without all of these like rules that you have to follow, traditional courtship.
Since it wasn't a one-on-one date, Matthew split his attention 13 ways instead of one way.
So I do think what Matt did was good if he had told Steph about it beforehand and said, hey, by the way, I was thinking of doing this. What do you think? Is that okay with you? If she said yeah, then that's cool. But don't ambush her with a bunch of people. Again, this is not something that's like horrible and bad or anything like that. It's just, these are little small suggestions. But in these videos that I do, I like to extract some sort of social advice, some sort of dating advice that you could take with you. And I would say that whole starting as friends thing is a really good place to begin, but also bringing this person that you're interested in along with you and your friends to go do things together is a chef's kiss thing to do, because you guys could build your chemistry within a group. You could build your chemistry as friends and seeing how you guys interact with a group. Now, that doesn't mean to never spend time with them alone, but I've just found that it's always doper to kind of have a group dynamic when you're first getting to know somebody. Not always. I've often found that it's the opposite case. People are always spending just one-on-ones together. And what does that actually also end up doing? It ends up making you guys isolated all the time. And it usually creates a dynamic where you stop hanging out with friends altogether. Try to, at the beginning, start hanging with friends, and it'll create that dynamic where you can do that often. And when you guys get into a relationship, also be hanging out with your friends and their friends and mixing friends. I like that stuff. But, that's just a theory. A dating theory. So yeah, that's the end of the video. If you want to get that free online dating class where I teach you the number one thing that I believe you should do before you actually go on a date with somebody, that changes the entire dynamic and guarantees that you are only going on dates with people that you are attracted to and that you know you have chemistry with. So you are filtering people out during your online dating process much more efficiently. Get it in the link in the description. Aside from that, I miss you. I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.